Thomas! It's up for grabs now!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it! Well,
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
champions.
Good afternoon, nice and early as well. It's only 2:30 days still ahead of us, and we have just come back from a win at the Emirates, 2-0 against Newcastle. Second half goals from both Saka and Martinelli, putting the game to bed. Before we go into that game, I'm going to speak to my fellow colleague and Arsenal lounger who's been a bit unwell at the moment, but he's still here for you guys. Shahin, how you doing, bruv?
Yeah, man, I'm good. You? How's
You're
things?
not good, are you? You're feeling sorry for yourself. Not well. Well, how you feeling, bro?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on anyway, man.
No problem, no problem.
You watched the game. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good result, but not so good performance. We struggled going forward. I worry for Aubameyang. I mentioned this before. That fucking miss. That's the only thing he's there to do. Put the ball away. And if you can't do this from 3 yards out, it's a problem. But I thought Tavares made amends for that performance. I thought he was all right. I don't know who told him to keep taking a shot. I don't know what is this thing about goal kicks where Gabriel puts the ball down, he passes it to Ramsdale, and Ramsdale, I don't know. But I thought Aubameyang was poor. I thought Martinelli, when he came on, he bring a lot of energy with him. And obviously the goal that he scored, that's the type of run that Aubameyang used to make. Yeah. He's not making that anymore. And dare I say, Gabriel Martinelli offered more in that 25 minutes that he was on than Aubameyang in the last 2 games. And he only came on because he was a forced substitution. If Saka didn't get injured, I'm not sure if he would have brought on Gabriel Martinelli, which is another question from the manager, that why are you not playing this guy? Look at what he's capable of. He came on, and I thought when he came on, we looked better. We looked more dangerous.
An injection of pace.
Yeah. And I think we missed Lacazette's intensity in that in the thing today. But I said before the game I would have rested Saka today and maybe brought on Pepe or Martinelli. But I hope his injury is not serious. And I just, as I said, it's a 2-0 win, but it was not great until Saka's goal and Martinelli came on.
I mean, look, you have to.
Sorry, just one last thing. You have to consider that you're playing the team that is bottom of the table, not a lot of confidence. I thought, I was watching BT Sport thing, and before the game, Martin Keown said he expects Aubameyang to score 2 goals today, and it didn't.
See, it's a strange one for me. All right, well let's look at the lineup first. I mean, the lineup was pretty much very similar, other than I think the main change was Odegaard was in this time around, and I mean, looking at it defensively, we look pretty solid. Ramsdale again. The thing that impressed me today is the measure of a goalie is when you don't have much to do, because Ramsdale's been in teams where he's going to get peppered all day long in the past, Bournemouth and Sheffield United. So he's always active, right? The danger is when you're not active at top level and your mind's, sort of has to stay focused. He had to make one save. We were on top of Newcastle, but John Joe Shelby had that shot. And what a amazing save. You can't say that wasn't an amazing save. If that goes in, it changes the context of the game. But generally, we performed okay. Midfield was a lot more on top. We had much more ball retention. Yes, Tavares was shooting a bit too much, but I think he was a far better performance, and he played a big part in the first goal.
You know what it reminded me of, Lev?
Go on.
Do you remember we did a watch-along for the Crystal Palace game?
Yeah.
And we kind of allowed Crystal Palace to build up and get confidence and get into the game. And it reminded me a little bit of that, where we were allowing Newcastle these spells and we were letting them play sometimes. And I was just thinking, why? If they had maybe a couple of better players, maybe they would have scored. But I don't know why we don't go out from the get-go, put pressure on them and get a couple of early goals.
See, I think Lacazette was unfortunate not to be playing, to be honest with you, but he was the one that made way for Odegaard. I'm not sure what exactly Odegaard brought to the table today. He gave us a little bit more neat passing, but did he really take the game by the scruff of the neck and make,
No.
you know,
He didn't,
his
because
passes in behind didn't create any problems.
Yeah,
it was the youngsters that made a difference again today, right?
Yeah, exactly. We were struggling to open up Newcastle at times because they were, and this is why Martin Odegaard is there for, to play those neat passes, those through balls. And it didn't. And the ball that was played for Saka, I think it was Tavares played.
Yeah, it was Tavares switched it back inside. Very clever ball as well.
And Martinelli's goal, it was done by Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu, a great ball, but it was a great finish as well, though.
Yeah, it was fantastic finish. And this is what I'm saying. The guy, every time he comes in, he gives you something to talk about, right? Yeah. But he doesn't get game time.
Yeah, well, look, we didn't. Look, we might not have played the best today, but I'm happy that we went straight back to winning ways. We didn't really let Newcastle win to the game. Let's be honest here, right? Let's be very straight. The defense had it sorted. Gabriel, Tomiyasu dealt with St. Maximum, and Lukonga dealt with him really well. Kept him quiet all game. Callum Wilson was kept pretty quiet by Gabriel most of the game. I think White had a decent game. I think our fullbacks were where the creativity came from, if anything. And that's the one concern is I would have wanted my midfielders who are meant to be playing in a game against Newcastle, bottom of the league, to have more influence from midfield. Aubameyang, he missed the sitter. Let's be honest, that he should never have missed that, right? And that again was from a Saka cross, and a Smith Rowe header.
Lev, that is an easy tap in, man. That's that's nothing. You hit the post. And then if he scored that goal at that time, the game changes.
We could have done with him being more confident. But this is my gripe here with a lot of people in the chat and fans as well and on social media. Aubameyang misses it. He's finished. Sell him. He's finished. Now, listen, I'm not saying he's not perhaps past his best now. But the last thing a top quality striker loses is his ability to finish, right? He's in front of goal. That is not him being finished. That is him. He's not mentally in the right zone for me, because if he's deadly zone mentally, he's putting that in. If you can't put that in, there's an issue. And it's not just that goal he missed. He missed three sitters. He missed 3 sitters against Watford. Yeah, sitters. Yeah, so this is a mental issue. This is not him being finished. Tell me he's finished when you see a ball played in behind and he gets outpaced by a defender. Tell me he's finished when he hasn't got a yard of to make space and get a shot in. Then tell me he's finished. Don't tell me he's finished because he's missed a sitter. That is not someone being finished. That is someone who's mentally not switched on. In my
Based
opinion.
on what you said, right? Would you drop him against Man United?
This was a question I wanted to ask because this is a massive, massive question. Just before we go there, just say hello to a few people. It's Maxi saying Uber is finished. Wayne T says poor, no, non-influential, yes, but Lukonga was the one to dictate. Party was just cleaning up. Okay, fair enough. Johan Cherian says the ball was moving too slow. Abdul says why are y'all so gloomy? We won. Not gloomy. We're just being realistic. Alan O'Flynn, what's up, Shahin and Lev? Let's hope we go on another unbeaten run now. Martinelli must start against United. Look, let's not jump the gun too much. But look, if we want to look at things in a little bit more detail, now you mentioned a massive point. The way Aubameyang's playing at the moment, do you play him against Man United or do you bring in Lacazette?
Would I, or what do I think will happen?
Oh, well, I'm asking you, and all you guys in the chat, we're going to drop the link in soon. You'll all come in. I think Shahin's already done it. You'll be coming on soon to have your say. So if you want to come on, get yourselves ready. Let's talk about today's game. It is a more positive day today than the last one. But what would you do? Think about it in the chats. Would you play Aubameyang against Man United, or do you think it's time for someone like Lacazette to come in and maybe link up play better and do a little bit more?
I don't think he's going to drop Aubameyang. I don't think he's going to do that. But you see, the problem is if he drops Aubameyang and we go to Man United and we're shit going forward, everyone's going to say, oh, why'd you drop Aubameyang, this and that. But when you see, I think it's more on Aubameyang because he's been given the captain's armband. So he's the captain. He's the leader of the team, right?
Do you think that's
So,
playing on his mind since he's had that armband?
I don't know. I think the contract is more on his mind than the armband. And I just think if you're against a Liverpool team, right? Things are not going well. You look at who you need to look around, and you look to your leader, you look to your captain, right? To see what was he doing in the Liverpool game? Not a lot, not a lot. So as a leader and as a captain, that's not. I don't know, man. I just think every time somebody comes to end of the contract and we desperately want them to stay, we offer them a captain's armband, we offer them a lot of money, and they're towards the end of their career. I just think maybe they lose a bit of motivation, because look at it from Aubameyang's point of view. From the next 2 years, he's getting £250,000 a week, right? And that's a lot of money in today's day. Even by
But it's
today's,
a lot of pressure. He's a striker. He's expected to score goals.
Yeah,
He
but-
can't just coast, Shaheen, and say, I've got 200.
Well, that's what he's doing now, I think.
It's not everyone's going to notice you're not scoring.
Well, everyone is noticing, and that's what he's doing.
It's a sad
Well,
one for me.
listen, Lev, listen. My man, yeah, from 3 yards out, when your team needs you, is 0-0, right? It's a lot harder not to score than
Yeah, I know.
and it's an open goal. It's not a small. We're not playing five-a-side, right? It's a proper full-size goal. You need to be putting these away, man. You know, you're there. This is your job. We know you're not going to offer anything physical. We know you're not going to get your head to the ball. We know you're not going to hold up the ball well. But we know you can finish, and you're there to do that. And if you're not doing that, then that's a problem.
Well, it is a problem. I do believe it's a confidence thing right now, and it's a strange thing to say because you know the goals he's been missing are simple. There was even one, I think he was deemed offside, where he was in the middle of the goal. I think it was in the first half still. He was deemed offside, but the old Aubameyang would be hitting that first time, and he's trying to bring it down and then take a shot. So I think there's a confidence issue there. But moving forward, we have 3 points in the bag, right? We are joint on points with West Ham, who are fourth. The only thing keeping them above us is goal difference. They have Man City now as well. And then they've got Chelsea next game. The next 2 games are huge for us, right? We've got, who have we got the next 2 games? We've got Man United and then we've got Everton, both away. West Ham have got, as I said before, West Ham have got City, then Chelsea. These next 2 games, if we manage to come through unscathed or unbeaten, maybe with 4 points, there's a real strong chance we'll be in the top 4. So, I mean, we've been complaining all season, but look what's going on. I mean, the Liverpool game, we were all devastated about that last week. But look, fast forward this week, it looks like a totally different picture. What do you see going on now, Shaheen? Do you think there's a chance for top 4?
No.
All that build up, and you just get no.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think there are better team than us in this league to finish in top 4.
There was better teams. It was better teams than Leicester won the league.
Yeah, but listen, man, we can't compare everything to that. That was just a one-off, right? But I think if you want to finish in top 4, you've got to beat the teams that is around you. So you've got to go Man United and win, right? And the way we're playing right now, we look a little bit more assured defensively, right? But going forward, it's still a struggle. And I just don't... look, you saw today, you know, and that's against bottom of the league. You know,
where do you think the problem is, Shaheen? You're saying going forward, so that's all well and good. I agree with you. But is it up front or is it a midfield issue? Is it an overall team issue?
I think it's a bit of both. I think we're not having we're lacking a proper sharp striker, a confident sharp striker, and we don't have somebody in midfield who's going to offer, who's going to play through balls. He's going to offer them or give them good service. Today, you effectively had 2 number 10s playing, right? Emil Smith-Rowe and Odegaard. I don't think it's a good idea to play Emil Smith-Rowe on the left-hand side. He's not. You know, Emil Smith Rowe was on a good run. He was scoring a couple of goals. And today you saw he got into a couple of good positions to take a shot from in the middle, not out wide, right? So maybe you should find somebody to play on that out wide position and then play Emil Smith Rowe where he needs to be.
See, this is the problem. If he wants to play Odegaard, then he's got and he still wants Smith Rowe in the team. He's got to put him out on the left.
Yeah, but there's no point. There's no point putting him on the left because he's not going to offer you a lot on the left-hand side. You just how can you have a number 10? Give him a number 10.
He offers more. He offers more than Odegaard does on the left because Odegaard can't really beat him.
I wouldn't. You know my thoughts on Odegaard. I would not play Odegaard.
You wouldn't play him. So next game against United, you drop him and do what?
Odegaard. Listen,
would you bring
Odegaard
Smith Rowe central and put in?
I would drop Odegaard.
It could be a perfect opportunity now that Saka is potentially injured. If he is forced into it, he could go and put Martinelli out wide and bring Smith Rowe in. No,
he could, but I don't know with this manager. You know, he could. Again, he's one. I would not. I don't think he's going to start Martinelli against Man United. It's not going to happen.
Ooh, well, he might not have a choice if he's injured. It will be typical for us on a big game against United to get an injury. Pepe, he would have played him today if he was going to play him. Shahin ahead of Martinelli. Surely that's a sign.
I agree, but why is he not playing Nicolas Pepe?
Clearly, he's not rating him.
£70 million, allegedly.
He's clearly not rating him. He's clearly not doing things in
He's
training.
not rating Martinelli either. I think he's sticking to that team, and unless something changes.
Well, a lot of the best things
that's another
happened.
one. Is he gonna stick with Tavares at left?
Do you know what? You can't argue about that. You can't argue about that because you could argue that you could say that he's showing faith in one bad performance before. He's given Tavares another chance. And generally, apart from his wayward shooting today, Tavares had a good game. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have scored the first goal. I think he offers something different moving forward, Tavares, on the ball. He's a bit more skillful dribbler. He's more unpredictable. However, potentially, I would say Tierney's got a little bit more in the locker defensively at the moment. But he's still young. So you can't argue that. But
well, he's potentially have to deal with Cristiano Ronaldo on Thursday when he will play Man United. But again, I'll go back to questions that why Martinelli can't get more games. You know, you got Aubameyang that is not really performing, but he keeps playing in week out. And then you got someone like Martinelli who comes in, he does that. You're probably not going to see Martinelli until next 3-4 games now.
Well, the thing is, the creativity's come from out wide. Right at the moment, it's not coming from the midfield. That's my one concern. If I'm a coach right now, I would be saying to them, shut them in, shut down that fullbacks, shut down the wing as an option with Arsenal, and make them try and break us down from the middle. Because right now the middle's not functioning. That's my one concern. But look, we're going to drop the thing we're going to drop the link in the chat. Everyone can come on and have a chat. We want to discuss this game today. A couple of people are saying Pepe Coco9544 says Pepe's a lot better than Odegaard though. Why is he not playing ahead of Odegaard? It's a good shout.
I'm just going to put people on left so you can speak to them.
Oh, hold on. What is this? Damien Soku says Smith Rowe is not good enough at centre, does not move the ball forward. He passes more side. I don't agree with that. He's a 10 all day long. But let's get some people in. Get him in. Look at Abdul. He's chilling. He's just relaxed. I've never seen Abdul looking so calm. Look at him. He's like chilling.
I've never, throughout the whole game, I was not worried at all. It would have really sucked had we lost to Newcastle because their form is awful. They're lowest of the table. It's so bad overall. These guys, they were bought by Saudi Arabia, so a lot of the players probably are not. They know they're going to get replaced coming next year or even middle of the year. So pretty sure a lot of them are not mentally not in it as others. So the team isn't functioning that well anyways, which explains why they're last place. But I'm not here to talk about them. I'm here to talk about Arsenal. So I do agree with Shahin. The first half was kind of shaky. It's Newcastle. We should have been pressuring these guys from the get-go. But at the end of the day, I did not feel worried at all. We were in control for the majority of the game. All their chances were none of them was a clear threat for me. So as you can see, like I was just chilling watching the game. The TV's right here. I woke up 7 in the morning for this. So I'm happy. And
You don't know what to do with yourself, do you, Abdul? Like you're like you don't know whether to be happy, you know, to be angry, like a bit concerned about the games coming forward. I mean, some people are saying, you know, it was easy. It's only Newcastle. Some are saying, look, it's only 1 loss in 10 games. You can't argue that, I guess.
Man, no. Okay, let's get this straight. Okay, the loss against Liverpool showed how far behind we are, and just showed that we will not get top 4. Even if we do get top 4 in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna end up falling behind again. Because at the end of the day, it's all about consistency. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of comparison with Man United, because we're gonna stay stuck with this manager for a long time. Arteta's doing well so far, but at the end of the day, like, so was the United manager, right? And like, he was doing well. Then another season came, he was shit, and then halfway in the season he improved. They made top 4, and then at the start of the season he was shit again. So the inconsistency there with that manager, I think, is probably gonna happen with Arteta as well. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating at this point. I do not know, but I'm just a little bit worried because this is Newcastle, so a win is like, it was a must. But I was like, a team like this, we should have probably like scored like 4 or 5 goals. You know what I mean? Like we should have like.
Well, we could have done though. We could have done if Aubameyang scored. You know, that would have probably opened the floodgates.
So like, I know people are like giving Aubameyang a lot of shit. Like, it's a lot of pressure. It's like, if you played soccer and like you've been in that spot, it's a lot of pressure to just like put that ball in. Now it's super easy, and they get paid millions to handle that pressure, so that's no excuse. But I can still see why he would have missed it. But that by Arteta standards should be punished and should not play the following game. And
you drop him against Man United. That's what you're saying.
Well, Arteta standards is anyone who does a mistake, they get punished, right? I'm surprised that
Is it Abdul? Is it? It's not really, is it? Because he's dropped some people for making mistakes. He won't drop others, or he didn't drop others for making mistakes.
Yeah, it's because like this manager clearly has favorites, right? I don't think he likes a player like Martinelli or Pepe, where they like to like dribble the ball a lot, when this guy probably just like wants like passing 1-2 and then score. You know what I mean? He doesn't want a player holding on like the ball for too long. It's Pep Guardiola all day long, man. That's his it's everything. Everything I see with this manager it's the exact same thing, man. It's just, I don't know if we'll ever achieve achieve the level of like Man City, because at the end of the day we don't have the same players. But I will say this game today made me love the players more. I feel like there is more of a connection between the players these days.
You felt there was a reaction to that last result, and you thought they wanted to go out. Look, Arsenal teams of old, we can argue, we would have needed these 3 points today and not got them. I mean, there's people in the chat saying, why are we complaining? That's Lone Star Londoner. We won and didn't concede. We're not complaining. We're being realists. Hold on, there's a super chat here. You always bring this name up, man. That must... Can I just call him Aya? Aya Tuthaka.
That's my man's name.
But I don't do it justice. I definitely don't do it justice.
Yeah, call him Aya. Sorry, Aya.
Aya. If you can break down how I pronounce it, I will pronounce it properly. I swear, bro. Just put it down into bits, and I will pronounce it the way. But right now, we will call you Aya, and no Lone Star. We are not complaining. Hush your beak. Right. So thank you for your support, by the way, Aya. What is that? Is it ZAR? What is that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Anyone know what that is? Let us know, Aya. But anyway, showing some support to the channel. Thank you, bro. Great content. Question: what you guys do with this midfield to solve the lack of creativity? That's a massive, massive question. And with that in mind, and some new sideburns as well. I ain't seen these before, man. But African Gooner is coming out straight from the 70s, and he's here to tell us what he thought of the game, bro. I haven't seen you in ages, man. What's happening? What's
Yeah,
good?
it's been a while. First of all, that super chat is actually South African rands, so just FYI.
I can always rely on you to tell me that, bro. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. In terms of the game, I mean, we haven't chatted in a while. I think completely new team. I think as Abdul said, I mean, I really can't be upset, right? The 3 points was the most important thing. Obviously, expected to win this game easily. I think we started really slow. You know, I think there's still a lot of creativity issues in the team, and when we play United next week, Thursday, I think we'll start to see that. Hopefully, they don't get an Ollie bounce and come back and you know Ronaldo starts smashing it in and they kill us 3-4-0 because that'll be really detrimental to all this progress we've made. But I mean, you really have to be happy. I think Tavares, you know, you guys know I love Tierney, but I mean, Tavares can't be dropped right now. This guy's he's a machine. He's an absolute machine. He can just keep running and running. I mean, his tank is incredible. You know, Kolasinac also could do a lot of running, but not like this. And the technical ability and everything is great. I mean, he needs to improve his shooting. But I think in terms of Kieran Tierney coming back into this team, maybe in the League Cup or FA Cup, that's the only time I see he gets a chance where you don't change the team much. You just replace that left back and you give Tierney that chance to prove himself again to say, look, I can still bring it, right? But until then, Tavares stays in this team. Xhaka stays out of this team as well. I mean, look, Lokonga makes some mistakes, but look at the way he defends. He rarely gets a yellow card. He's able to be aggressive. He's able to win the ball back high in the midfield and start us going again. I mean, Ramsdale, the distribution. This is a completely new team. Obviously, we're not as good as Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. You know, we're a few years ahead, and we just have to accept that. I think, you know, it's an ambitious target to go for top 4 this season. But I mean, 5th, 6th, and maybe if we can sneak 4th place, I'll be happy with that because that's kind of the expectations I had at the beginning of the season. So looking good for now. I still think we need to buy striker in a midfield in January. I'm not really happy with Odegaard not making the same impact. And Martinelli, oh my God, right? I mean, this guy was being insulted, getting 5 minutes at the end of the game. I mean, I really felt
a finish. What
I know,
a
incredible.
finish.
You know what? You know, African coming on, it reminds me of Martinelli's substitution. He came on, he brought a lot of energy and this.
Yes,
and that.
man, he has. He's woken everyone up.
And he's all talking passionately.
Oh,
and this.
I love that though, man. I've missed it.
I think
It's some
Abdul's
weird
gone,
takes.
so we're just going to remove him for now. And then
It's the energy. African scared him with the high intensity the high intensity pressing
High
game
press.
that he brought. Yeah, Aya's come back again with some more support, and now I know it's South African currency. Thank you, bro. Again, you pronounced it right. Thanks, bro. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
South
Thanks for
African
your support.
fans, thanks for your support. Yeah, there's some weird takes in here. We've got This Is Luca's Life. How you doing, mate? I know you come here often. I think he's got his own channel as well. I think I've seen it. Tavares was poor, he says. Tavares was poor. No, his shooting was poor today.
Yeah.
But his overall gameplay, you cannot say he had a poor game today. He was solid. He kept St. Maximin quiet when he went over to his side. He was great going forward. He had endeavour. He saw the run from Saka. I don't think he was poor. He was poor in the second half against Liverpool. That's when he was poor. There's a lot of high pressing, a lot of pressure. He had a bad day at the office. But I do think he's a player in there. He's going to be a very, very good player. And I still say, I think Tierney has a problem on his hands. There's a real battle for this left-back position. So I agree with you, African. I think Tavares was great. Saka had a good game in the sense.
Should we talk about Aubameyang a little bit?
You want to talk about Aubameyang? You can talk about whatever you want, Shahin. Go ahead.
No, man. No, we're just asking because you said
Aubameyang, Africa. What?
Yeah,
conundrum? Do you play him against United or not? I mean,
that's a tough one because, you know, he's kind of like he gives me the Ronaldo vibe. Obviously, not nowhere near that level, right, and stature. But I mean, he can be out of the game and just score. I mean, today hitting the post that was, I think, quite a fluke. I think it's it's resonant to the form that he's had. You know, he has scored goals this season, but he really hasn't hit his top form, right? And it seems like something is off. He can't hold the ball. I mean, he did well, I think, 2-3 games ago where he was bringing others into the game. And we were like, wow, this is a new side of Aubameyang. But since that game, he hasn't been doing that again. So honestly, I would bring him as an impact sub and probably start Lacazette, to be honest.
Ooh, Oh, that's a big shout.
Well,
And you know,
there's a lot of people in the chats as well saying the thing, but we put the link on there. Why don't you just come on and talk to us? Come on, have your say. Tell us what.
well,
you
we
thought
couldn't
about
stop
the game.
people last week. Everyone's a little bit shy today. So if you look,
Yeah,
it
just come on.
seems
Have
like
to say.
people want to
Listen,
vent
for
when we
me,
lose. They don't want
listen.
to. They don't want to talk when we win.
I said this from end of last season, and I said I think we've got a problem with Aubameyang, right? And we've seen that today, this season rather, because he's not the player that we signed or he was. I don't know if he's getting old, if he's losing his pace, if it's the contract, if it's the pressure of captaincy. I don't know what it is.
But
I
that
don't
don't
think it's the
stop you
pressure.
scoring
I
from
don't
2
think it's the
yards.
pressure of captaincy because he comes out with things like I'm the coolest captain in the league and all that, right? But it's all good to talk the talk, mate. But you got to walk the walk as well. When you miss from 3 yards out, you know no one's looking at that being a cool captain. And I think that's a problem because Lacazette is going to leave for free. I can tell you that for free now, right? And Aubameyang, who realistically, if you're going to sell Aubameyang, right? If you're going to sell him, I'm not saying we should sell him or we should keep him, whatever. I'm just saying who's going to come in for him, especially with the salary that he's on. So that's another situation that Arsenal is going to be stuck with until he runs out of.
And with no Champions League football at the moment, what type of quality are you going to get?
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. And who are you going to sign? So it's an issue of what you're going to do with these guys because Lacazette is going to walk away for free and Nketiah is going to go for free. Right, I'm not really bothered about Nketiah going. The only thing that bothers me about Nketiah is that we're not getting any money for him. That's the only thing, right? So, Aubameyang, if an offer comes in and Arsenal take the money and they sell him, I will not lose it, and I'll go, oh, what is this guy doing this and that? Providing they have a good backup, you know. And then remember, we've got Martinelli that is there, and every time the boy has come on, right. We've done a show after and we're like, why is he not getting games? We can see what he's doing. You know, we can see what he's bringing to the table, but why is he not getting more minutes?
Do someone want to read that out? Ayaz won the lottery today, man. He's definitely, I don't know what's going on, but he says, again, thank you for the support, bro. I think the midfield issue is tactics, especially our transition from defense to attack. Very good point, actually. I mean, we could buy a good AM, but I feel we'll still fall short. So he's hit the nail on the head for our issues. Yeah.
And you could see that today because Newcastle, they drop back, right?
Yeah, low block.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what we do, we just go sideways. We don't really have anybody who start driving at them, maybe draw a foul. You know, if you did that to John Joe Shelby once, twice, and then he gets booked, then he's in a difficult place, right? So we didn't do that, and you don't have anybody who's going to play those through balls.
This is why sorry, African, sorry, bro, but this is why I like Smith Rowe playing in the 10 central, because the one player that we have outside of Martinelli that will take the ball and run and commit defenders is Smith Rowe. So Damien saying, for example, he doesn't think he's good in the center, I don't agree with you. I think the strength of Smith Rowe is he runs, he commits people, he creates space, and then he's got the ball to play in as well. So I personally think we need players who can run from deep when they're playing against low blocks to commit defenders. And Martinelli did make a difference, Shahin. Sorry, Africa. Go ahead, bro.
No, you're bang on, Lev. I mean, that's some of the difference in this team, right? I mean, that's why we love Martinelli, is because he's so direct and he commits and he makes something happen out of nothing. And let's be honest, Tavares can do the same, and Ben White can do the same, and Ramsdale can also do the same. So all these new players that we signed have actually brought, this energy and this directness, which we never had. Bellerin would always turn back and go back to the keeper or do something stupid. Tomiyasu will take you on, or he'll try a combination, or you'll do something different, right? And that's the difference. That small difference in each part of the field in our team is what has actually made us progress as a team, and that's the difference that we're seeing. And they just need to work on it over a period of time, and that's when we start getting better, and we can start saying we can compete with the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea, Man City. After a while, the team plays together.
That's perhaps something we should be looking at. When a team plays with a low block, something like that, we should look at changing it up and bringing players in who can drive and commit or get in behind. Or even like if you want to play on the counter, we should have these types of players like your Martinellis, and so we can sit back a little bit. See, personally, looking back at the Liverpool game last week now, going at them initially when we started the game, we were trying to press them, and I don't think that was working. But if we had that ability to run in behind, that pace to run in behind, directness, we could afford to maybe drop back a little bit more and then try to counter these teams, because then it limits the space in behind our defenders for the likes of Liverpool to run into. And that's what maybe I would have probably done differently last week. But yeah, I mean, it carries on.
Fullbacks are so good, right, Lev? I mean, like, no matter, even if we went with that game plan, right, their right back, and left back, Alexander Arnold's just way too good. They have so much pace that, like, they were gonna catch any of our players, right? Aubameyang, like Shahin said, he's not the same player. He can't, he's not the same sprinter he used to be. So he's, we can't get in behind. And when Pepe does, he cuts back and he comes back. So we actually never beat.
We need directness and decisiveness in the final third. There's other people looking to come in, so Sheen, when you're ready, let them in. I guess who can come in sort of African as well. Let's see what else people say. Listen, the fullbacks for me today were the stars of the team, right? And how many times did Tomiyasu get beaten 1-on-1? His stats 1-on-1, I think, must be brilliant.
And Ariel.
Yeah. He has been brilliant. I think he's really understated at the moment, Tomiyasu. I mean, he did have a bit of a blip. I think it was it the Palace game? He had a bit of a dodgy game in that game.
Struggled.
But look, it's all a new learning curve for him. So was that Nizam? What was that going on there, Shaheen? What is that? Is that there he is? Nizam, we can't see you, man. Whoa, man, you scared me for you come out of the darkness, bro.
I'm just driving in the car quick.
Oh, you're driving in the car. Where are you calling from, Nizam?
I'm in the UAE.
Okay, cool, bro. Is it dark there?
It's nighttime.
Is it nighttime there? Yeah. Okay, bro.
Yeah.
So you watched the game. What was your thoughts? And thank you for supporting us all the way from UAE,
man. Look, I expected a win today. At least by more than 2 goals and a clean sheet. It was just for us to bounce back. Look, the Liverpool game, I didn't expect us to win. I expected us to perform.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we didn't. We only got the performance in the first half. Today, Arsenal just needed to win and be comfortable at it. I think the first half maybe they were a bit wary of Newcastle because maybe the Liverpool loss was still in their heads. But then, as you could see coming out from halftime, they had their tails up in front and then they were just going for it. And that's why we dominated the second half.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we had more of the possession in this game, more retention, ball retention. The question is, how do we get it to the levels we can do it against the better teams, Nizam? Because
Look, we've had a bad start to the season. We've had a good 10-game run where we've been unbeaten. Liverpool game was always going to be a tough one. The thing is to bounce back. Looking forward now, I've listened to you guys on Monday. I think it was Mo or someone mentioned that the next 3 games, including today's one, he didn't expect anything less than 7 points out of the next 3. Whether it was 2 wins and a draw, but that was the minimum we were seeking. I'm actually expecting us to win. Just the unfortunate thing is United, they have got their new manager come in now, or interim manager, whichever.
That's typical Arsenal, Nizam, right? If they'll have Ollie all season and the game before they play us, they'll get rid of him, right? And this is what happens to us. Yeah,
I'll take a draw now.
Look, for me, the draw maybe against United and then win against Everton, because Rafa Benitez doesn't have a good record against Arsenal, and Everton, they shouldn't have a good record. They've actually been the team that Arsenal has won the most in the Premier League era. So Arsenal should go there and win. And then we have another tough run of fixtures after that. Teams like West Ham, Southampton, and all of them. I think we can win them all. Look, Arteta, many people, I've been watching you guys for weeks now, since before the Liverpool game, especially Maximus. And I knew I had to get on before him because...
Wait, where is Maximus anyway? Like, he's only here when we're losing. Where are you?
I'm glad he's not on. I'm glad he's not on currently, because you know what? He's still going to find some pessimism or some negativity out of the team or out of the game. Look, I'm an Arsenal supporter. I'm from South Africa, right? How I became an Arsenal supporter was a guy in my classroom in grade 6. He gave me an Arsenal magazine, 1996. I remember Arsenal magazine. I looked
Right.
at it, and Bergkamp was on the cover, and I fell in love with the team. It coincided with Wenger coming into Arsenal, so the glory days started.
What a great time
So
to be a fan, Nizam.
now look, it was just bound to happen. I've supported Arsenal while I lived in South Africa. I moved to the UAE. I'm supporting Arsenal through thick and thin, through Wenger's ups, his downs, everything. Like you guys, I'm supporting them. And with Arteta, look, many people have been criticizing him, saying he's not the right man. They've been saying all these things about him. He's saying he finally has his team up until now, right? So for me, let's give him his chance now. Oli was there for 3 years. He spent $500 million. Oli couldn't do anything with the progress that Arteta's done. He only came second because the other teams were poor. It wasn't that he came second because Man United were better in class against Liverpool and Chelsea. They were poor last season. That's how Man United came second. We as Arsenal, our fans shouldn't be divided about Arteta in, Arteta out. We should just say, okay, you know what? You are a year and a half, or what, a year and 8 months into your Arsenal job.
Right.
We have to accept it. He spent
So,
150
Nizam,
million.
what would you accept then? Just moving forward, because we're gonna have other people waiting, bro. But that's fine. But what would you expect or accept from this manager as a finish at the end of the season? What would keep you happy with him?
Look, minimum top 6. I listened to Shahin earlier as well. He was saying we won't get top 4. Look, end of the day, you said also Leicester was a one-off.
Yes.
Chelsea finished 10th the season before. They didn't have any Europe. They won the league the next season. Leicester, I'm not saying Arsenal's going to, and I'm not going to compare and say we can. Look at the squad that we have. Liverpool proved we can't stick with them. City proved we can't stick with them. Chelsea's playing out of their skin. So at least if we can aim for top 4, top 3, right? Even if we don't end up there, we'll end up around there. So for me,
I hear that, Nizam. I hear that, but the only thing that I would say to that is that there's a big difference of quality between the squads. And
no, I agree with you. But look, Klopp,
that's the only thing that will go against us.
December is
going
massive for us. Massive.
and look, going into the Liverpool game, we should have expected a loss, whether people want to say it's a free hit or not. For me, even whether it's a free hit or not, I expected us nothing more than to get a loss out of the game. If we had a draw, that was a bonus. We just needed to perform for me. For me, I just wanted to see Arsenal play the way they played in the last 10 games, be a bit resilient, be defensive, at least show you willing to go for it. Like every player give whatever they can for the game. And look, end of the day, just give whatever you can till the end of the season. Liverpool have built this team over 5-6 years. Since Klopp has come in, what has happened? 2-3, he's lost the Europa League final in his first season or second season. He lost the Champions League final the following season. He won the Champions League the following season. He won the league the following season. He didn't win anything the next season. Arteta's come in first 6 months, win a FA Cup. Pochettino couldn't do that over 4 or 5 years at Tottenham.
No,
Oli couldn't win anything, spending $500 million.
That's a good
Arteta
point,
is only.
Nizam.
So for me, look, end of the day, what we should do is maybe just bite the bullet. Arteta, you have your squad now. January comes, bring in a defensive midfielder or someone that can bring in a Basuma or someone of similar quality to come in and show up that midfield. Lokonga's good, but
We've been saying that, Nizam. If you watch our show, you'll know. We've been saying it.
No,
I personally think we
know
might
exactly.
need 2. I think we might need 2 midfielders, but definitely another Thomas Partey type midfielder.
Someone to show up things. Look, defensively, I don't actually mind because we have 2 quality defenders that are out on loan currently. That guy, Mavropanos, is playing well in Germany.
Oh, I think we kept the wrong 2 centre backs. We should have got rid of Chambers and Holding and kept Mavropanos and Saliba. Myself personally,
exactly.
Mavropanos has got obligation to buy, so he's gone.
Yeah, but I don't think we should have let him go.
I think we should buy them, bring them back maybe in January.
I don't think
Because
it's possible, is it?
if Ben White gets injured or Gabriel gets injured, what are we going to do? Do we have to go to the transfer market? Are we going to risk it with the centre backs we currently have?
Nizam, unfortunately, Guendouzi and Mavropanos, they're gone. They're as good as gone because they have obligation to buy, and we can't recall them. But
Look,
listen, we've got a lot of people who want to come on, so we have to go through them and get them on to have their say. But thanks, brother. Thanks for coming on.
Nizam, come again, man, please.
Yeah, thank you for thank you for your support, watching our shows over the time that you said. We appreciate your time,
Respect, man. Oi,
guys, I'm
what?
watching you every Monday after every game. I'm following you guys because look, end of the day, we all fans and we just want to have a good conversation. Look, we listen to views and opinions. We agree, we don't agree. At least we can get an understanding.
That's the way,
then,
bro. That's the way. And
Thanks,
you know what?
man.
You had some massive valid points today, bro, man.
Look
Respect
after yourself,
man.
yeah.
Thank you. You guys go well.
Thank you too, bro. I was looking at our fixtures. You could bring people in, Shaheen. I'm just on another page looking at our fixtures for December. So we got Man United away next game on Thursday, Everton away, then Arsenal. We got Southampton, West Ham at home. So both Southampton and West Ham are back to back at home. Leeds away, and then the next Prem is Norwich away, and then Wolves at home. Listen, all right, it's a tough December, but there's a lot of winnable games there and 2 or 3 that we want to try and get results from. And if we get 4 points in the next 2 games, I'd probably take that. But here is Mo, Maximus's nemesis. How you doing, bro? Good to see you again. And a newcomer as well, Wilson. I haven't seen you before, bro. Welcome to the Arsenal Lounge.
Hi,
Shaheen,
guys.
Who do you want to start with first, Shaheen?
We
I'll
have
let
to
you
start
do this.
with our brother from Palestine, Muhammad.
Mo money, Mo problems. Yeah.
Hi, guys. How are you all? How are you, Shaheen Liv? How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good to see you, man.
Nice to see you again.
Yes, Gulli Habibi, Gulli.
What he
Yes.
said, Mo. What he said, man. 100%.
Tell me, my dear. Tell me.
we got these subtitles. We got subtitles.
This is the translation. Look, it's a good 3 points. We had to win today. It's, I think, crucial match against Newcastle, who are struggling at home at the Emirates after Liverpool hammering. We had to get three points. I think second half is better than the first half. Second half, we moved the ball more quicker. We were very slow in the first half. Also, we pressed more better in the second half. We pressed Newcastle. Very good goals. Saka, unfortunately, he got injured. We hope all that it's not too serious because he was very bright. One of our best players today. Even before he scored the first goal, and the first goal opened the match for us. I think Tomiyasu, Sampi were very good. Martinelli, when he came, he was very bright. And this point that Arteta must learn from, that Martinelli, in the last 25, 30 minutes, his pace, his energy, what brings to the team will hurt the other teams in this timing, in the last half an hour or 20 minutes.
Something different, something different. A bit more directness.
Yes, of course. He's direct, he's quick, he has pace, he has technique. He scored a fantastic goal today. Not many players can score this goal. Needs to concentration. I think we should have a penalty with Lascelles' challenge on the face of Martinelli. It's a clear penalty. I sometimes they are strange. What they are looking for.
It's a good point.
He got his face directly. He got his face. So I think also some players I expected more from them, especially Partey and Odegaard. I think
it's that midfield, isn't it, Mo? That central midfield. It's like it's not functioning the way it should.
I said it 50 times. This team, I said, the young team developing this year is very good. We will learn from. We will enter the next summer more strong. These players will be. Look at Tavares. Tavares, who make a mistake against Liverpool today. He was very bright, very quick. He was running all over the place. He didn't stop. So we must see the picture as it is. Arsenal from being a top side need 3 or 4 top signing.
Where
If we can achieve it,
where would you have 3 players? You've mentioned that, so I
no,
want
not
to ask.
now, not now. Next summer, I mean, next summer.
But where would you address? What
First
players?
of all, I think a top striker who will be number 1 choice striker that will lead the line, like Vlahovic, Fiorentina, and other types of these players. Number 6 in midfield, Party type, and number 8, Hussam Awar type. These
So
three
you
players,
think we need 2 more in midfield as well? Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
I think
I agree.
because if you look now, Odegaard is okay, it's good, but it's not brilliant. Smith Rowe, sometimes he play in the right, sometimes in the left. Here also in this area, you need a Hussam Awar type, and I prefer Hussam Awar. He's a very gifted technical player. He can score goals, he can create goals, he can make the difference. So we need number 6, like Party type, number 8, our type, and a very good striker. And I will tell you what, we need another winger like Adama Traore.
So you want 4? You want 4 players?
This type in our team now is missed.
Yeah.
Adama Traore is very strong, quick, have pace,
His end product lacks though. No, his end final ball.
Yeah,
It's a
he
problem we
brings-
have. Wouldn't we be better with someone like St. Maximus or someone like that from Newcastle? Wilson. Let's give Wilson a chance. Mo Wilson, you've heard what Mo's been saying. You saw the game. What's your thoughts, bro?
I have to say, this was a game of 2 halves. In the first half, we were very poor. Very poor. But I don't know what Arteta... We were poor in the first half. But whatever Arteta said to them at half-time, we stepped up a gear. Our intensity was getting better. The moment that Martinelli was brought on, he made the difference. And the speed of the game was quicker. And I think he's proven a point to Arteta that he should be playing more. That's the thing with Martinelli. He's got great potential and everything. Was it like 25 to 30 minutes that he's played on? He's actually made an impact more than Aubameyang has done all bloody season so far. And that's embarrassing on Aubameyang. What did he do today? It was poor again today. I mean, what's going on with the guy?
Yeah, but you know what, Wilson, though? If he taps that in, we forget about the rest of the fact he was poor today.
Exactly.
We'll go 1-0. Oh, he scored. He's had a bad game, but he still scored. It's the fact that he's not scoring now. When he has a bad time,
that was a
that's one
bad
thing.
miss.
It was a really...
That was
Wait,
a
listen.
bad miss.
Wilson, look, he done that at Watford. Do you remember the Watford one? Where he should have
Oh, yeah.
could have controlled it and scored. Instead,
yeah,
he
I saw
miscontrolled
that
it and Saka scored, yeah? And it was offside. There was that. He missed a penalty against Watford as well. And he missed another sitter as well. So, I mean, this is a worrying situation for us at the moment because against the big teams, you're not going to get many chances, right?
Exactly, absolutely. Because because we got Manchester United around the corner on Thursday. If he misses chances like that against Manchester United, I tell you what, he'll come back to bite us in the backside. But I'm more confident with the defense we got right now. The defense has been immense a lot of the time this season. Oh, sorry.
Wilson, would you play him against Man United?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question.
God.
Mo asked Mo as well. Would you play Aubameyang against United?
He will play against United from the beginning.
Would you play him? Would you play him?
Yes.
Not Arteta. Would you play him?
Yes, because of 2 reasons. He's our captain. He's our main striker. He's now two games out of form. If you dropped him in this huge match, it will be a significant morale hit for Aubameyang, and we need him now, as we need all players to live up to the performance that we want. Crucial matches ahead of us. So I think if he played and scored against United, the picture will be different, very different.
Listen, before we go any further, this is the sort of crazy shit you see in the chats, right? And this just says it all, right? So you got this guy here who says, Anib, I agree with you, bro. Horrendous miss, inexcusable. It was a horrendous miss. Then you get this guy Mikey Cartel, he didn't miss though. It hit the post.
Oh man,
bro, is that what does that even mean? He didn't miss. He hit the post. So that's what is that? Did you get something for that? I don't understand, bro. Come on, man. Fix up.
We are joking.
Fucking hell, man.
I mean,
Like, he
that's
didn't
mad.
miss it at the post. He didn't. Norman's in the house as well. No green screen and an Arsenal shirt on. How you doing, bro? Welcome back.
Thank you. Good
All
to be here.
Shaheen, drop a question in there. Shaheen or African? I'll let someone ask a question. Go on, bro. Ask him a question.
African, go on.
Go on, African. Ask these boys a question, man.
So my question to the three of them would be: do you think Pepe deserves another chance, or do you think we should sell him on in January?
He loves a
and spend that
Pepe
money to buy a
debate.
new winger or a new striker, or as Mohammed said, I mean, I agree with you. There's 4 positions ideally over the next year and a half that we need to get eventually and replace to progress as a team. So that would be my question. I guess before you answer, my perspective is that I think Martinelli ranks higher than Pepe in the pecking order, and I'm quite happy that he was brought on before him today. So I'll just put that insight in there for you.
Look, Arteta did 2 very good decisions today, I think. Bringing Martinelli and changing Oba. Finally, he changed Oba. I think this is a good sign that in the previous matches, he was very bad and not performing well, and he stayed all the 90 minutes. So these 2 things. For Pepe, I think when I saw Martinelli warming up and will enter the pitch instead of Saka quickly, I thought that in this moment, Arteta doesn't trust Pepe. Okay, I love Martinelli and I want him to play, but look at the minutes. Pepe didn't play any minute in the last matches, maybe in whole the league. So now Arteta doesn't trust Pepe. Pepe must perform, must convince him in training or in the cup matches if he has any chance to play some minutes.
I think Pepe needs to go. I think he had enough chances.
Guys,
he never proved himself.
Do you know what?
One second. Listen, I'm going to shoot off because I'm not really, I've got a bit of a flu. I'm not really well, so I need to go and rest. So I'm going to leave you guys with Lev.
All the best, Shahin. Feel well. All the best.
Habibi,
Thank you. Wait, hold on. Shaheen, before you go, do you remember shutting down Fala Sana last week?
I didn't shut him out, man.
Lev and Shaheen shut me out for saying we need new attackers. Now everyone wants
I never
new
shut him out,
attacker.
man. I remember he came on and I think there was something wrong with his picture, or so I took him off. But he's more than welcome to come back on. Man. I'm leaving, so you can come and take my place.
I do remember him saying something about. Listen, I'm not saying attackers. I think attacking midfielder. Yes, we need a striker 100%, but I don't think we're going to get someone in January. We're not going to get someone in January that's like of Vlahovic levels unless we get Vlahovic himself. So I don't think. But Fala, your opinions are just as important as everyone else's, bro. So carry on. Yeah, Shaheen, stop shutting people out, man. What's the matter with you,
man? Why not? Angel, I'm gonna
substitutions. Shaheen's going off.
Anyway, listen, guys,
and we're bringing on African.
Lev will bring Pepe instead of Shahin.
Yeah, we're bringing in African Luna.
Now Pepe will come. We will give Pepe some minutes.
I think he should just be sent off. We should just send you off. Piss off. Get off.
See you guys later. Yeah.
Feel well, Shahin.
Anyway, sorry about that, guy. Anyway, so Mo, you answered the question about Pepe. Let the others, Wilson and Norman, have your say, man. African ask the question.
Let's be real about it. Let me express my opinion. I think Pepe's had enough chances. He's been at Arsenal for a while now. And Pepe's first touch, every time I see his first touch, is so poor.
But it wasn't when he first came. Wilson, when he first came to us, one of the most impressive things about him was the skill on the ball and his touch. Yeah. Now that's gone as well. I don't know what's going on. Is it confidence?
Exactly.
Is it
just... I think it's a combination of things. I think it's a lack of confidence. But at the same time, it's form as well. When you're not performing well, obviously there's gonna be other factors that come into it. But his first touch, man. I mean, in recent,
Yeah,
the last time I
been
saw
bad.
Pepe play, his first touch was poor. It's poor, man. I'm like, nah, he needs to go for me. He needs to go for me in January.
And the worst
Straight
thing
off.
is, I was so excited when he first came and I saw his
So
talent, because you could see he's got the talent. Norman, you've heard what Wilson's had to say. Re Pepe, what's your thoughts?
I would sell him as well, but not necessarily because of his first touch, because that can let you down sometimes. It happens, but his poor decision making, and for me, he's just lightweight for the Premier League. He wants to always beat his man repeatedly, and he's always just pushed away from the ball so easily. It's annoying, and he's losing so many balls. He's just not up to the
And
standard.
they do double up. They
completely
double up
honest.
on him as well because they know he's skillful. So they do double up on him. And when he does commit someone, instead of realizing that he's got two men on him, which is giving space to somebody else, he holds on to it. That's the problem.
Decision
Or
making.
or he cuts back. But isn't a lot of that problem, Norman, the fact that he's left-footed playing on the right? That might work in France. But here in the Premier League, people work that out quickly. He wants to cut on his left to shoot. Yeah, he'll get away with
They
it.
didn't work at Salah, so it's not that simple. I think
Yeah,
it's just Pepe is not.
Sanchez as well used to do the same thing, right? And he used to get doubled up as well. So why are we making excuses for Pepe?
We're not making excuses, but they're different types of players. He's listen. I'm just trying to figure out what's gone on with this guy because clearly he could beat a man.
Enough. He's just not good enough. And as Norman said, right, the style of the league, for me, exactly pinpoint. The physicality, it's too aggressive for him. He can't beat his man, or he'll beat his man, then come back because he fears that he can't keep going forward. He dribbles himself.
Is that poor profiling, African? Poor profiling of players that has left us with all this deadwood from before, no? You could argue that. I mean, why are we going for players? You could say Xhaka's another one. We went and got Xhaka. I don't think he's a poor player. I don't think he's a poor player. He's just not suited to the Prem. He'll do well in La Liga. He'll do well in the Italian league. He's got loads of time on the ball. It's profile.
Look, guys, I think Pepe is a skillful. Okay, he has talent, but he has many problems in this talent. He has sometimes you see him. He has only one solution to beat my man. It's not like this. Football. It's not just one way or one solution or one vision. Any player, especially winger or attacker, must have many solutions in this minute or in this second to beat my defender, or to make 1-2, or to cross, or to shoot.
Well, Mo, when you're spending 75 million on a player, you should be sure that his decision making is on point. You must have looked at that player more than once. Let me just have a quick the two super chats here. Zamir Moha, thank you so much for your support, bro. $4.99. Player Smith Rowe, left-hand side is ambulance to the team. Pepe should be in. I think we can all see Uber is declining. Zamir, are you suggesting we drop Smith Rowe or move him central? Thank you for your point there. Aya's back again. Bro, man, he is just splashing the dough right now. We need to leave emotions out to admit Pepe is done. He's too slow for the Prem and his decision-making is rubbish. There you go.
And he's very well
I've got something else to say as well.
Yeah, well, look, this is gone. I mean, look, we have had the problem with our decision-making on the types of players we've bought over the last few seasons. I think the positive thing of the new signings we have look like a better fit profile-wise. They look steelier. They look a little bit more like they fit our team.
Hungry. They are hungry. They are hungry. Energy. They have energy. Energy. They are hungry. They want to succeed.
And I tell you what, we are working as a team as well. We've actually performed better without Pepe. We've lost less games when Pepe's not there. We're working as a team. It's not just about individuals. It's a whole team as a whole. That's real.
These guys only had like 10 matches together, maybe 15.
Yes, of course.
So why not introduce it?
They will develop more. They will play together. We'll develop more. We'll get better. We'll suffer together. We'll win together. We'll lose together. These are young players, 21, 22. Lev, if we had in today's match an extra quality in our team, this match must end at least 5. At least 5. Not 2.
Do you know what? It's always that final ball, isn't it? It's always the final decision. You see that other teams like Liverpool, they're deadly in the final third. Yeah, Man City, you could see a space and you know that they're going to find that space
They
with the
have
ball and they're going to score. They're ruthless.
top players, world class players. De Bruyne, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Salah, Mane.
It's staying calm when that decision has to be made and making it like so it's a definite chance for your teammate. I mean, why not? It's suggesting he smells the Pepe agenda and African is the instigator. Listen, I've believed in Pepe for a long time. I hold my hands up. I thought he was technically quality. I wanted Zaha. When they were looking at the two, I think Zaha was better suited. He's more direct. He's more ruthless, and he's just got the Premier League experience. We went for Pepe. I was excited by him. I don't think it's an agenda as such. I just think that when he plays, it's too often that he plays and he's in the final third, he gets in good positions and then doesn't make the right decision. And that's where he's losing me.
Lev Emery wanted to sign Zaha. Sanlehi signed Pepe.
Would you guys have Norman? Would you guys have preferred Zaha? Would you have gone for Zaha instead?
I would have gone for Zaha. As you guys have said, he's more direct. He's got more quality about him. He's more experienced as well. I would have gone for Zaha, but in the end, we got Pepe. I was so excited. I was buzzing at the time. I was literally jumping out of my bed when Pepe signed for Arsenal. I thought he's gonna have great career, great talent. It just not worked out for him. As you guys said, his decision making is poor. He's got the talent. It's just his decision making in the final third is poor, and you can't do that, man. You can't do that.
There's people that come. Nick Paris says, "Lev, look at the stats. Pepe's better than Saka." Is he though? Is he? I'm a bit dubious when it comes to stats. This stat world that we're living in right now. Let me say, Saka, whichever way you want to look at it, Saka might have a poor game, but he'll make one right decision at the right time and he'll score. Look at today. We were struggling to score. Who was the man trying things? He was trying things. He set up the chance for Smith Rowe.
And before that, he was brilliant. Saka.
Yeah, he asks questions and he makes the right decision. Who's embarrassing themselves, Nick? You don't embarrass yourself for having an opinion, bruv. Come on now, fix up. I could have said the same to you. Norman, what do you think?
I think when it comes to Pepe, people think that he didn't live up to the 75 million what we paid for it, and this is true. But people say that we hold that against him. But in fact, if I'm completely honest, I think that worked for him as well, that price tag, because if the way I look at it, as poor as he played, if we would have signed him for, let's say, 10 million pounds, he wouldn't have got that many chances he got in the past. And so it's for him and against him as well. But the point is that at the end of the day, he's just not good enough. I don't think we can sell him, to be honest. I don't see a buyer. I don't know who would take off from our hands for more than 20 million. I don't think there is a team out there who would pay more than 20 for him. I don't
look at this. Let me ask. The only question that stands out for me in regards to Pepe is this: would it have been different under a different manager? No. If it wasn't Arteta and it was somebody else that knew and that was more experienced, who knew how to get the best out of Pepe, would that have made a difference? African, I'll ask you that question, bro.
Yeah, I think slightly yes, but I think his fundamentals, his foundations are too weak. So he would have still had some of the main issues he still has, but maybe slightly have been better in some scenarios, a little bit, just slightly better, but still not nearly for the price that you pay when you break your transfer record for such a stingy club like us, and you spend that much money on a guy who's still raw talent, has to learn so much, and he's 27, right? He didn't have the impact. He wasn't ready to play for Arsenal, and that's unfortunate.
I think not in a top team that always under pressure. Arsenal, top team, historical team, always under pressure. Every player is under the media radar, and not only supporters in England or in London, Arsenal supporters are across the world. So playing for Arsenal means pressure. And I think Pepe, under these circumstances, this put more burden on him.
You think it's a mental thing more than anything? I agree with you. I think Pepe has some people saying he's not quick enough, he's too light. I get all of this, right? But then there's loads of players in the Premier League that you see that are small and light, but perform well, right?
But strong.
You know, but yeah, they're strong. I'm not saying look, he can make himself stronger in the gym. He can do all of that. I don't think the issue is. I don't think the issue is physicality. I think his problem is decision making because he has beaten men many times. He's gone around people many times. He's been in the right positions many times. That indicates to me that he has got the ability and the physicality to get into these positions. It's the decisions he makes, and I think a lot of that is to do with playing on the on the right hand side and cutting in on his left. It might have worked in the French league, as I said, but here we have fast fullbacks, quick fullbacks, strong fullbacks. They know what he wants to do. He might get away with the odd one, but look at today. I think Saka playing on the left, it made his decisions quicker for him because it was his natural position. Yeah, you don't think twice. You're going to get past the man. You're going to cross it in. If you play someone like Pepe in his natural position, maybe he'd be more inclined to beat a man and cross the ball in rather than try and cut back, and it would be more beneficial for the team. I don't think we're trying this one-trick pony with Pepe, and it's backfired, and it's not going to work now, in my opinion. I think that ship has sailed.
He's here for 3 years, and we still don't know if he should play for the left or the right. I mean, this is something we need to move on. If you can't sort this out in 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think he makes a difference which side he plays, like right or left. Like your skills are your skills. You know what I mean? If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. It's not, I mean, yes, you might be a little bit better, but it's not going to make that drastic change that we want. So we rather move on and figure it out. We wasted so much time on signings like Xhaka and stuff that are just wasted our time.
Man.
Don't
even start on Xhaka. Don't even start on Xhaka. I can't stand the man. He's awful.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Well, watch this space because he could be making a very quick comeback when AFCON starts. Very, very quickly, the robots.
What crossed my mind when we were talking about Pepe? It's look how decision making in the last few years were in the Arsenal board and signing the wrong players. In the same summer that we paid 72 million for Pepe, Sant Alam Maxima was available for 22 million, and he went to Newcastle from the French league for 22 million. That means I was in the same day I was thinking we should sign Sant Maxima and another winger, two very good wingers in the same price of Pepe or less, and both are much better than Pepe. But
we got our hands pulled down with the Pepe deal. We already know that. Let me just answer this. Robots will eat you. Says Emery didn't want Pepe. Arteta doesn't want Pepe. But yeah, Lev, you know better. Bro, are you actually sitting here watching the show, or have you just woken up from a dribble sort of induced sleep, bro? We've just been saying the man's not good enough. What are you watching, bro?
What are you smoking over there?
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. But anyway, look, we've been going at this for just over an hour and 10 minutes. Anything else you guys want to discuss before we go? Right, another thing, stats. People keep bringing up stats, and Nick Paris has mentioned stats. Listen, I know stats are important. They're good for analysis, especially if you're looking into it in a deeper level or coaching and all of that. Stats are great. But listen, you can have stats and you can look back at the Arsenal teams of old that used to keep possession 78% of the game and still end up losing. Do you remember that time when Wenger had this ball playing midfield and we were brilliant and we dominated games but lost with giving away 20% possession? You could have all the stats in the world, one ball over the top, header in, you could lose a game 1-0. Stats are not the be-all and end-all. We need to move away just by looking at stats and say stats prove this and stats prove that. Saka can have a poor 85 minutes and have a 5-minute wonder of doing something genius, and he wins you a game. This is the difference. Yep. Ronaldo, how many games have you seen with Ronaldo in Man United? He has done nothing all game. One shot goal. That's what he's there for. So you can't always look at stats, although they are important. Any points you guys want to make before we wrap up? African, I'll start with you.
Yeah, no, I mean, in terms of my perspective, I think all five of us can say wholeheartedly, like, that we're quite happy. Like, my soul is happy from where it was 10 weeks ago. My life is happier. My team is winning, regardless of how we win. I think the most important thing for me was always to get the 3 points and get back into the mix, the excitement that, like, we have hope. We have a chance of making top 6 or top 5, top 4, whatever you want to believe that expectation is, right? So I honestly believe we should look at it a game at a time, right? Hopefully, I would take a draw against United now, but hopefully they continue their bad run, we get the 3 points, and then take it game by game. And I honestly believe what we do this December and January in the January transfer window, if we don't make the signings that we know we need to make and that we haven't made previously for 10 years when we know we needed to make the signings and then didn't reach our goal, hopefully this time we've learned our lesson and we get the midfielder or striker or winger, whatever it is that we need, we figure it out, and we actually have a really strong chance to make top 4 at the end of the season.
Could I have a prediction for your next 2 games, points-wise, African?
Yeah, points-wise, I would say, I'm confident to be United, but I'm going to be safe with 1-1. And against Everton, I think we're going to win 2-0.
So you go for 4 points out of the 2 games.
Yeah,
okay,
6.
I'll take that. Mo, next.
Yes, I think our match today against Newcastle, we should close this page. Our eyes for the 2 crucial away matches against Spurs and Everton. And guys, our record is awful, not good. So we hope that this time we change this record in Goodison Park against Everton and in Old Trafford against United. These 2 very important matches. I agree with my mate. I think 4 points from these 2 difficult matches will be good and very good. And last thing, I think our fixtures in December all will define our ambitions as a team to go to the 4th place or just to have a chance at 5th or 6th place, which leads to Europa League. So United Everton game, 2 defining games, and the schedule after that. If you have the points from these matches, you can go all over to any place, to any team, and beat. So this is my last word.
Thank you, Wilson.
I tell you what, I think so far this season we've done relatively well, but going to Manchester United away and Everton, I would say a draw at Old Trafford, and Everton, I think will beat them. Ideally 4 points out of 6.
Okay, it looks like we might have lost Wilson. Wilson!
After that, we need to go on a run.
Okay. Sorry, bro. You cut off for a second. Oh, you cut off. Wilson! I feel like that guy from Castaway, isn't it? With Tom Hanks. Yeah. Norman, we'll move on to you, bro, because Wilson's left me. He's floating around in the ocean somewhere. Norman, what do you have to say?
I'm expecting, honestly, I'm expecting 6 points. I think it's very doable.
6, yeah? Fucking hell, not messing
doable.
Around. Norman,
Manchester United is not doing great. They can't press. A new manager won't be able to change that, to be honest.
Norman, I'm worried about Ronaldo. I completely agree with you, but one chance, you know how it is with us.
Man, how clinical is that guy?
So good, man.
Super technical.
The way the guy's adapted his game from being a pacey, dribbling winger, over the years, as he's slowed and he's got older, people talk about Aubameyang and he's past it, he's 32. This guy is 36, 37. He's adapted his game. He's moved central. He's now scoring headers and finishes in 6-yard box better than any striker that's out there. And that is the difference between quality and flipping someone like, a Pepe,
natural
for example.
gift. Yeah.
Sorry, Norman.
I think Gabriel can handle him. I honestly believe that. Yeah.
Well, let's hope. Well,
look, guys, United have a very good attacking players. This is their main strength. Their attacking players, Ronaldo and other players. Look at the attacking players up front. Today, last week, we were sloppy in many passes. Look at Gabriel, some passes. Partey.
Saka.
With another team, we will get punished by these sloppy passes in our own area. So worrying
Sharpen up.
simple today.
Sharpen up.
Please hit the
big
likes,
shout,
please.
Big
Go on, Norman.
shout. Big shout for Tomiyasu. I think that was his best game in our shot yet.
You know what? And someone actually had my back earlier on and told me it was the Brighton game that Tomiyasu had a really poor game. And you're right, it was the Brighton game. So look, one last thing I would like to throw in. The only thing I would consider with Pepe right now, especially with Aubameyang going off to AFCON, have we ever thought about trying him up front? He's a great finisher.
But he's going on AFCON.
Yeah, I know he's going to AFCON. But have we ever thought about trying him up front?
I think he played that on his first game against Liverpool, wasn't he?
No, because we need someone who can hold the ball. That's the issue we're having with Aubameyang. So it's going to be a similar thing. Maybe he might be better because he moves more. He might move more than Aubameyang, but he's still not strong enough, and he's not going to win any headers. That's the way we seem to be playing right now, right?
So, guys, smash the likes, please. Leave your comments. Leave in your comments, what you think is going to happen in the next 2 games. How many points do you think we're going to get out of the next 2 games? And the other thing I would put in there, would you play Aubameyang in the next game or would you drop him for the Man United game? So those are the 2 things I want to see in the comments. Please put up the likes. Enjoy your Saturday, guys. It's still early. We've got 3 points in the bag. We don't have to stress now. Let's hope that West Ham drop a few today or whenever they play.
They will drop against City. They will drop all
against Chelsea. Yeah, but we've got Man United and Everton. So these next 2 games are really crucial for us. I'll be happy with 4 points. If we get 6, I'll be even happier. Norman's being really ultra positive. So I am going to let someone lead us out now. And I'm going to, as African Gooners come back and I've seen him in time, African, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody, bro.
All right, thanks everyone for joining. Enjoy your weekend. Come on, you Gooners, and subscribe and like the video.
Thank you so much. Mo has to get in the last word, as always. See you soon, he says. See you next week on the Arsenal Lounge. Monday, we'll be discussing this game with Mo and Tom. Wednesday, we'll have something. We'll reach out to African. I'm sure we'll sort something out. Be good to have him back. So let's keep an eye out for the notifications. Smash the likes. See you soon, loungers. 3 points in the bag. I'm out of here.